Bortle here, back from the LCS Pasadena event. That's the third LCS, everyone. And whoa, we have returning duelist Tristan back on this channel. And I think he did something over the weekend. Tristan, what did you do? Tell the world.
I topped my third LCS in a row, back to back to back. This time we got top four. Didn't quite get the win, but it was still grinding.
My goodness, that's pretty impressive, Tristan. They're all three LCS events. He's topped all of them. There's three so far. Will you top the next one, buddy?
Absolutely. The fourth one is going to be the biggest one, so that's what we're saving the win for.
Yes, you heard it right, guys. This is the biggest LCS ever, over 300 players, and the fourth one's probably gonna be a lot bigger. So before we get into your deck profile, would you like to do some shoutouts?
Yeah, sure. So shout-outs to FCG, of course, the team I'm on. Shout-outs to the Disciples, they helped me a lot with theory. Shout-outs to Storm Ragnarok, the Discord server, S7, and all my friends. They all like cheerleading me on.
Overall, this deck looks pretty impressive, and if you guys want to check out his last Adamancipator deck profile, make sure to click the eye above here or somewhere in the end of the video. Without further ado, please take it away, man.
Okay, so the core of the list is like the same as what we've been playing recently. Like it slowly gets updated with every event because different trends catch on, different decks sort of step forward. For this event, we knew that Synchro Eldritch was going to be probably the most represented deck, and we were correct in that assumption. Eldritch took 1/3 of representation, like overall with Invoked and stuff. So you could with the PPG list, I think we played 9 hand traps for that event because we expected Adamancipator to be highly represented. But for this event, since we assumed that Eldritch would be the most popular deck, we decided to cut the hand traps from 9 to 6. The reason for this is it doesn't really make sense to sort of hedge your bets between opening 1 hand trap and opening 2. Against Eldritch, you only need to see 1, and Nibiru or Imperm is always enough. So you have a plus 50% chance of seeing one of the hand traps if you're only playing 6. And then you can just fill the rest of the deck with extenders and ways to beat hand traps because everybody is on 6+ in every single list. So I'll start with the tuners. Obviously, 9 tuners. They're the best cards in the deck, pretty much. O-Lion, Triple Guardian, Triple Doki, 2-tap Crusader. I still think this is like the third best rock you can play. Its effect comes up so many times that you don't even realize. Like Summoning Dweller and having this as material is the best disrupt you can have through Dark Ruler. Not even using Dweller's effect in standby phase, just using it as a Book of Moon is enough. Then Weeping Idol is a nice extender. It comes up when Raptite's a tuner. Sometimes you just need an extender after you've already started with a tuner. Gigante is obviously Foolish Burial on 3 Block Dragon. I'm convinced anybody that doesn't play 4 Block Dragon does not understand how broken this card is. Every hand, if it's playable and it has Block Dragon, you win the game through pretty much any amount of hand traps. It doesn't matter what they have. They can hand trap you twice, and if the last card in your hand is Block Dragon, you instantly win the game. So it doesn't make sense to play less than 4. Adara is like the next best extender, just because it's a free tuner. It's the safest extender when you're going first, because you just special summon it, and then you can normal summon Doki. They have to hand trap it, because otherwise you summon Guardian, and then you can make Fiber and full combo. And then we're back to playing Petting Cessor. None of the hand traps conflict with Petting Cessor, so it makes sense to play 3 of it. It's Earth. It's doesn't conflict with Adara. Doesn't conflict with Nibiru or Analyzer going second, so it's really, really good. Then we have Reborn and Dinotherium as the other sort of extenders. Reborn's just really, really good, especially in the mirror. Sometimes you can break their board if you Reborn with their Raptite and then continue to play from there. Dinotherium's the most free level 4 extender that doesn't conflict with anything. We were playing Unexpected Die for a while, but that's 5 cards in the main deck for 3 extenders, so it doesn't really make sense, like efficiency-wise, to play those. Whereas Dinotherium is just special summon it, don't have to do anything. It's 1600, so it can crash with Apollo. That comes up sometimes. Midbreaker Field is a new addition to the deck. We started playing this first in the PPG to sort of test it and see how it was, and it was a blowout every single time. Going first, it's obscene. Like, it beats Token Collector, it beats Veiler, beats Imperm, beats Gamma, beats Moonlight Chill. It just does everything you want in a card.
How often did you see this card, even though it's a 1-0?
I saw it a couple times. There was a game where my opponent opened Imperm, but I just activated Midbreaker and his Imperm was dead. Connor in the PPG, in his, I think it was his top 8 match, his opponent opened Gamma, Moonlight Chill, and Veiler, and they did nothing against Midbreaker. So no other card in the deck would have beat that hand, but Midbreaker did.
My goodness.
And then just the last 6 hand traps. No conflict of petting, super high impact. Imperm is the best one because it beats Guardian in the mirror. So if they summoned Fiber and have Guardian, you can still end their turn potentially. And Nibiru is the best one against Eldritch because after the Auroradon summons the tokens, then you just wipe their field, and they can't link summon anymore, so they can't really end on anything. They can't do anything with the token.
Wow, overall, this main deck's very impressive. 40 cards, perfect count. But as far as this Tactical Crusader and the Weeping Idol, what set are these from? I don't think I've seen these before.
I have no idea. Tactical Crusader is a really old card. Weeping Idol's a really old card. A lot of people, like, when they first started seeing Tactical Crusader, they thought it was a scrap card because it kind of looks like them.
Oh, very nice, very nice. And, well, it looks like the extra deck's kind of standard, but yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, the extra deck's extremely standard at this point. The only cuttable card, really, is Savage Dragon. And even that's kind of questionable. A few people play Phoenix. Some people don't play Link Spider, which I think is extremely incorrect at this point. Fiber is full combo if you have Link Spider. It's not if you don't. You have to rely on Excavates. Whereas in this, you can open a hand trap, get hand trapped once, and then summon Fiber, and you make the O-line token into a Link Spider. So you have 2 Cybursts with Link Cross and Link Spider, and then you can make those into Carrier. Then you have an Earth on field to attach block to. And that's just, yeah, it's full combo if you resolve block. Cerberus is also super important. It comes up a lot that it's Earth. Sometimes your Fiber can get hand trapped, and then you make Cerberus, and then you turn Cerberus into Link Cross, and then summon Block Dragon. So then you have enough materials to go from there. Sometimes you'll have a level 2 tuner on field, so you can still make the Marcher play. Some people playing Artifacts, I really don't think that's correct in the current format, because it makes sense that Artifacts beat Dark Ruler and they beat Sphere Mode, but people aren't playing those cards because Synchro Eldritch don't lose to them, so it doesn't make sense to try and beat Dark Ruler. It makes more sense that your extra deck has better utility cards and can combo through multiple hand traps. Granite and a tuner is the easiest way to beat multiple hand traps, because you have to hand trap Granite, otherwise you add block, and that beats every hand trap. Everything else is pretty standard. Savage could be cut for maybe a Phoenix if back row decks are more relevant, but I don't know. It's really big. It comes up a lot. Having Drag Out for turn 3 is super relevant.
And wow, this side deck, it looks like it's all over the place. Or actually, there's a spicy card right there. Would you like to talk about it? This exchange card?
Yeah, sure. So exchange is, we were playing Core Grey for a while, and a lot of people are still playing a pointer. But I think in a meta where a lot of people are on hand traps, it doesn't make sense to side a pointer, because if you get hand trapped and you get stopped, and the hand is good enough to play through a pointer, then your pointer did nothing. Whereas exchange, you get the full information of their hand on your turn, and you get to take, if they have Nibiru or Imperm, which are the most popular side cards at the moment and the most powerful ones, you just get to take them, and you can't call by the grave either of those. The same thing for Gamma, you can just take a Gamma. Same thing for Token Collector, you can just take it. And if they don't have a hand trap, you see their whole hand, you can take the best card out of their hand, and now it's in your hand, so you can use it. Against Synchro Eldritch specifically, if they only open 2 hand traps, you can just take one of their hand traps and stop their push on their turn if it comes up. I think it's just the best card for going first by far.
Oh yes. What was the best card they took from you? Because I'm pretty sure you can play around to where you can normal summon something they wouldn't take. That's important.
Yeah, so post-siding, you usually just take out the 3 Nibiru so that they can't take a hand trap. If you open Imperm in exchange, you can just set the Imperm. One person took my Block Dragon once, but it didn't matter because he was playing Eldritch, so it didn't break my combo because I just did the Fiber combo anyway and still resolved block. One person took a Reborn, but it didn't matter because they didn't get to play the game anyway. There was one game where my opponent didn't have a hand trap and I just took his Researcher and used it. And then the rest of the side, it kind of looks like a mess, but the theory is, I'll go through the hand traps for first. So you have 2 Token Collector, 2 Ash, 2 Veiler, 2 Gnome. The theory is that they all basically do the same thing against rocks, and you have to open 2 different hand traps against them. So Token Collector and Ash is pretty good. Ash and Veiler is pretty good. Veiler Gnome is pretty good. Nibiru and any one of these is pretty good. Because if you open 2 of the same, it doesn't do anything, obviously, apart from Veiler. But Veiler's it's not something it conflicts with Petting Sister as well, whereas Token Collector doesn't. Gnome is also an Earth that comes up a lot. That's kind of why we sided it as the 4th hand trap.
Nice. What's the best thing to Gnome in this meta?
It's really difficult to tell. We didn't test it very much. we tested a couple hands, and honestly, when they go special Adara, I just shotgun, gnome the Adara, and hope they don't have another tuner. Sometimes it's enough. In a feature match, I Veiled my opponent's Doki, and then he made Fiber summon O-line, and then I just gnomed the O-line, and he passed. He couldn't do anything. And then the rest of the side is just 2 Cosmic Cyclone. People ask me why Cosmic over Lightning Storm. The reason is that sometimes you get into a grind with Synchro Eldritch. If you trade hand traps back and forth a lot, and then if you're top decking into Lightning Storms, it's not actually helping you progress the game. Whereas if you top deck into Cosmics, you can 1-for-1 trade the Golden Lands, and it's just a much more favorable way to deal with the back row than Lightning Storm, especially when they end on Savage if they do combo. So Lightning Storm's not doing anything anyway. Whereas Cosmic you could set. And then Reboot's obviously just a massive blowout against that deck. Even if they end on Savage, if you top deck Reboot, there's nothing they can do about it. Pankratops is... Honestly, it's like a god card. Like, it deals with 2 interrupts in the Rock Mirror. It can attack over something. It can, like, you go into battle phase, they have to chain IP, and then you can chain Pankratops, pop something else, attack over something. It's so crazy. And it's Earth. It has insane synergy.
Very nice, and I appreciate all of the explanations. Very smooth. What deck ended up taking you out in the top 4, man?
So I lost to Striker in top 4. So for top 4, we decided to split all the cash prizes, so we all got the same amount. We all made $900. So it was very chill. Ryan used a very good player. I didn't really know how to beat his deck, so credit to him where it's due.
Oh yeah, that was definitely a crazy meta call on his part.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm pretty happy I lost to the eventual winner. Can't be mad at that.
My goodness. Any final thoughts?
It's really interesting to see how the format is developing. The Rock deck, even though it looks the same, there's so many minor changes that get made every weekend, and I feel like me and my friends have been on top of the adapting meta. Every single week we improvise and improve the deck to a point where people just have to copy it, which is it's really fun to see. I'm interested to see where the direction is going to go next.
Very nice. Thanks for being on the channel again, man.
Thank you very much.
And listeners, if you're not a part of Bortle Nation, sub for Bortle. It's that easy and it's free. Oh god, yes. Without further ado, Bortle out.